Hello everybody, Tommy Dunkas. Today we are under an AE86, belongs to Max. This is his street car, it's very nice, it's very pretty, and this piece of exhaust makes me want to vomit. Like, what is this? And then, no surprise to anybody, it fractured and broke. Yeah, any street car, any race car, anything. It's just shonky, it's horrible, and then you can see what happens. It eventually fails and creates a whole heap of noise when you don't want it, especially on a street car. Yeah. So Max does it pretty tough. He only owns 3 AE86s now. It's really tricky, and one of them being a flat-out race car. Each time nice parts go onto the race car, the previous parts filter down onto the street car. So it's really tricky, and I don't know how he does it. You know, it's a pretty tough gig. But he has this really nice set of RSR extractors that came off the race car. So fresh from Japan, well not fresh, but from Japan. RSR, these are the real deal. This is the business. This is the type of extractors that a lot of other things get copied from. So we're going to chuck them on the street car. The flex join's seen better days, so we've got a new one there. Have a quick look at the comparisons between the two extractors. There's no markings on them, they're fairly generic set. I'm reasonably sure they're like a TRD copy. So these are 1.5 inch primary pipes into a 4-way collector into filth. So that's come off, and then these are the RSRs. These aren't quite 1 3/4. They're a touch smaller, but very well made. The lengths are reasonably similar, and then again into a 4:1 collector into 2 inch, I believe. Yeah, into 2 inch here, and then we'll step that up to 2 1/4, which is the size you should be putting on a 4AG. So all that we've got to do now is everything. Let's get into it. There we have the flex join all repaired. Now, something I found interesting, we've got the collector coming down into a 2 inch pipe, which is totally acceptable, and then what we want on a 4AG is it to come out to 2 1/4. That's the perfect size for a 4AG, naturally aspirated. And this is the old flex joint, it's all cracked and damaged in here. And the outlet of the flex joint's 2 1/4, which is fantastic. But on the inside, we actually have this little piece of tube here that was there, and the inside diameter of that's only 1.5 inches. Now we were pushing 9,500 RPM through that. A bit of comparison, 2 1/4 there. So there's a fair bit smaller inside this bit of tube here. We go from here now, goes to 2 inches and then straight out to 2 1/4. So that should actually help these extractors flow a bit nicer, I would believe. So with the extractors finished up, we move on to making the rest of the exhaust system. So I'm going to just tack up some pipes here and then test fit them underneath the car. It's important when you make an exhaust system that you test fit it and measure it on the car itself. You're never going to get it right on the bench. So here I am, just making sure all my clearances are exactly how I like them. And, I'll mark up the joins that aren't welded, and then back on the bench we weld it all up. So this is a mild steel system using what's called a mandrel bend. So all those bends that are in the system there don't crush down to a smaller diameter, which means we keep that 2 1/4 internal diameter at all times. And being mild steel, not stainless, it requires a bit of paint, otherwise it will rust instantly. So this is special exhaust high temp paint, and because we've already done our pre-fitting, it just bolts straight back on, no dramas. Go, nice set of RSR extractors into a 2 1/4 mandrel bent system that's not going to fall off this time. So 4AG's always been a great little engine. They always sound amazing and fun to drive. If that's the sort of thing that you're into, subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty of other 4AG content and more coming up. So this is Tommy Dunkhouse at the Second Stage Workshop. Have a great one.